When we undertake logo design, one of the factors we should strive for is simplicity. Now, as simple as a logo design may seem, there is a lot of thought that can go into them. When we sketch and develop our ideas, it can get a bit rough and may not make much sense to look at. This is of course a natural part of a designer's thinking and design process, though at some point we will need to communicate our ideas to other members of a creative team or a client. Now, it's important to mention that when presenting your design, you want the viewer to look at it objectively rather than subjectively. If you show a logo sketch or even a finished design immediately to a team member or client without any prior build-up, their initial response may be underwhelming, and they may only judge your design on aesthetics, which can be subjective and arbitrary. To avoid this, when presenting a logo design, it really helps to take a client on a journey. By taking the client on your journey of insight and discovery, they will understand your thinking, which will enable them to make better sense and judgment of your design when they see it. If a client can see a good idea in your logo design, as well as an effective aesthetic execution, this makes it a lot easier to sell your design to a client and convince them of its merits. Now, one really important technique I use as part of this process is logo formulas. In the last video, we looked at how I scamped up my logo designs into clear drawings, which can be used to showcase an idea more clearly than a rough sketch. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how I make sense of my ideas and consolidate them into logo formulas, which at a glance will sum up the thinking and concept behind them. So let's get into it. So here I am with my design process checklist. Once we have scamped up some of our ideas and we have checked each task, we can now move into step 3 in phase 2. So the third step in the visual concept and design phase is compose logo formulas. When communicating your ideas and thoughts to another person, perhaps another member of a creative team or a client, it can be really useful to use logo formulas. So what is a logo formula? Well, this is a simple visual equation to help a designer communicate their thought process visually. So here are my Scamp logo designs I developed previously, and here are my logo formulas for each design idea. In this video, I'm going to take you through this and demonstrate my process. If you want to take a closer look at my logo formulas, you can get them in the course folder. The course folder comes with my complete logo design solution I will be demonstrating on this course, including all my design example files and documents at each step to aid your learning experience. The folder also comes with design resources, such as a logo design process checklist, process documents and templates, a project folder structure, color sample charts, and a logo proposal document example, all of which you can not only learn from, but use in your own design process. To get the full learning experience and use the resources to help develop your own logo project, I recommend you get the course folder. Download link with instructions is in the description. So with the course folder open, click into the design process example folder, click into folder 2 design, into folder 1 visual concept, into folder 3 formulas, and click on the logo doc or PDF labeled example logo formulas, and you will have the same document I have open here. So just a quick recap. For this project, I'm designing a logo for a dance music festival called Euphoria. In the first phase of the project, I researched the project to better understand the qualities and undertook brainstorming to come up with some interesting creative territories to base my design around, which you will see come to life here in my design ideas. So here I have 3 logo formulas, each on their own page. Each formula simply shows what goes into each concept and the ideas that led to the logo designs. So let's take a look at an example. So my first logo design is called Listening Love. To look at the design may seem very simple, but there are a few qualities contained here. To create this design, I started with sound waves, as sound is the essence of a dance music festival, which pulses and emits from speakers. As a visual, we can see the common icon for sound waves. Next, I have the human ear. At the festival, people will be listening to the music. As a visual, we can see the familiar shape of a human ear. Next, we have love. The event itself is called Euphoria, and people will be attending the music festival because they love dance music. the live experience, and the euphoria it brings. As a visual, we can see a common heart symbol to represent love and euphoria. Next, we have the number 4. The number 4 is particularly relevant here because dance music is predominantly made on a 4/4 time signature, and the event itself is across 4 cities. As a visual, I have this represented as 4 bars. So the logo formula includes 4 meaningful qualities, relevant to the music festival. The logo formula for this design is sound waves plus to listen, plus love and euphoria, plus 4 equals listening love. And we can see how the logo symbol has been created here to combine all these factors. Here we have 4 beating sound waves emitting out from the center in the shape of a heart split into half to represent the left and right human ears. Overall, this symbol could represent love and euphoria for dance music. As simple as this logo design may look, it has a lot of meaning and substance, which would work really well to represent the music festival. So with this formula, I could show anyone to communicate the concept of the logo design really easily. Looking at this formula, it would be really easy to get it and understand what it's all about. Perfect. So in this video, I demonstrated how I develop my logo formulas for my logo designs. Now, you are welcome to follow along with my example, but if you're following along with this course and you have already undertaken the previous scamping step to develop your logo designs, I would recommend you create your own logo formulas. So if you're following along with your own design idea, take a pause and carry out your process. Before moving on, I would recommend you undertake the same process I have just demonstrated here, but create your own formulas for your designs. And be sure to share your logo formulas over on Instagram and tag me at Gareth David Studio so I can see them. I'd love to see what you can come up with. Remember, you will be able to use these soon as we come to build a logo proposal later in the design process. So this is how I make sense of my logo design ideas and use them as a method to communicate my ideas easily to clients or team members. These are really effective for showing to clients because it gets them on board straight away and they love to see how an idea can come to life. So this now brings us to the end of the second phase of the design process. With my logo formulas and scamps in a good place, I now have a clear idea of my visual concepts. With these clear designs, I can either share these with a team member or client to show my thinking, or I can start to artwork them and bring them to life on the computer. My scamp drawings and my logo formulas are now going to determine exactly what I develop in the next phase of the design process. With my design ready, I can now move into phase 3 of the design process, visual artwork and design, where I will now take them onto the computer with the goal to finalize them ready to present to the client. In the next video, we are going to kick off phase 3, but before jumping onto the computer, I'm first going to discuss which software tools are the best for making logo designs. So see you in the next video.